Today we're going to be learning how to remove the heatsink and fan from an HP ENVY23. Hey guys, this is Joeteck from JoeteckTips. We're on Facebook and Twitter, and today we're going to be learning how to remove the heatsink and fan from an HP ENVY23. We're going to clean out the fins of the cooler, remove the heat pipe from this desktop, or all-in-one I should say, and make sure that the thermal paste and everything is adequate since we're going to be taking this thing apart. We're going to inspect a couple other things on here as well just to make sure everything's a-okay. So let's get to it. So the first thing we do is we take this cover off. This comes right off easily. You just put your finger underneath the little here, pop this thing right off. There are 3 screws to remove this back cover off. You have 1 here and 2 on the bottom corners, right here and here. If I can line it up properly and get it off. Here we go. There's 1 there. Take that off there. Just make sure that's good. Now it's going to take some finagling to get this baby up and start popping these things off. It should come right off. Real simple. There we go. And then you pull forward to take it off like so. You can see here in this photo, this picture here, is that here is the blower and the fan is here. Hard drive chassis is here. This has been upgraded to a solid state. Memory compartment is here. However, to take this blower off, we need to take off this shroud because we won't be able to get it off, unfortunately. So there are 5 screws. 2 here, 1 here, 1 here, 1 here, and then 2 here. You can't see them in this photo, but there's 2 in the bottom, 2 in the top, and then 1 on the side. So we'll just take these off. It would be a good idea if you have a magnetic screwdriver. It'll help with removing the screws. I'm happen to be using a flat blade for this. If you don't have a magnetic screwdriver, you can take a magnet such as this and just drag it in one direction to magnetize the screwdriver. Okay? So we take off these other 2 screws here. And with everything, there's always a direction to remove stuff. So this shroud will be going in this direction. Okay, so we lift it up here and then slide it this way. And this comes right off, okay? And that's over here, okay? So that's it. So now let's take off the fan. Okay? Again, it'll be very helpful if you have a magnetic screwdriver. And since I'm at it, I'm actually going to take off this other screw that holds down the fins for the cooler because we're going to take this off. I already taken it off, but we're going to take it off again. So now the fan comes out. We can remove this. And we can inspect the fan. It's actually in pretty good shape. It's really not all that dusty at all. It's actually, I'm impressed in thinking this was actually dusty, but it really isn't. So this we could put aside. Now, here we can remove the. Here we can actually remove the heat pipe. This happens to be the heat pipe for the thing, for the CPU. So we can take this off here, unscrew this, unscrew this. Now I already applied thermal paste to this, so we're not going to clean it off. I'm just going to inspect it, make sure that it's okay. But I wanted you guys to see this. Okay, so that's the thermal paste that I applied earlier today, and you can clearly see that the fins on this are crystal clear. You can see right down the pike of it. It's awesome. So we're just going to reapply this. Actually, I'm going to put a little bit more thermal paste on here. Doesn't look like it's enough. So I'm just going to pop some right there. And that should be good. This is a Core i3. So in theory, it doesn't get all that warm, but it has this beautiful heat pipe. So, I mean, this thing just... We're like almost done here, just putting the cover back on. And my client will be very happy that her machine boots in seconds. And that's it. Just real quick, if you want to know how to take the hard drive out, you just unscrew this one screw here and this whole chassis slides right out. It's real easy. Just that if you notice there's a screw here, I actually drilled a hole here for the solid state drive because there isn't a mount, so I had to make something custom for this. And that's pretty much it. So we put this on the same way we took it off. You go on an angle like this. Make sure that it's sealed there. I mean, it's a nice connection. Push down as you go down, like so. If you don't hear any more snapping, you start putting the screws back in. So that's 1, 2, 3, and then you start pushing and then make sure that it's all snapped into place. And then we put this cover back on like so, and we are finished. See how fast that was? That's pretty good, right? So we just learned how to do a heatsink and fan cleanup for the HP ENVY23. This happens not to be a touchscreen. That is just a basic Core i3. When you go to a Core i7, it does have that capability. So anyway, guys, if you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you're not a subscriber, please subscribe. Take care, and we'll see you next time. Creative Labs iRaw. Plug it in like this. The inside of this is really impressive. 100A in the Prius. the AC adapter, 1 amp charger, and it's big, and it's made out of aluminum. Okay, as you can see, the backup is complete. Like so. Now you can create the RAID array. I mean, for the price difference between the two,